Hello and welcome to another installment of Building Theed Palace. Today we are working on just this central section that you see before you. From here right down to here, hopefully. And if we've got time, maybe the rest of this base layer. My first step is going to be working on the stairs, which I've said for weeks upon weeks I'm going to get done, but I've yet to do so. And I'm going to hold you a bit longer for, because up next we've got a bricklink hall. Let's get into the top one first. One of these is very theed heavy. I've already opened these. I know one of them's very theed heavy, one of them's not very theed heavy. Well, one of them is quite theed heavy, but one of them's just mainly like tan stuff. So we'll open up the first one. This is the non-theed heavy stuff. So we'll start with this. That's the invoice. In fact, there even is still some tan stuff in here. I've got 3 of these large vehicle road plates, purely just because I like, they're just useful as just regular plates for like bulking out mocks and stuff, or to make other kinds of custom vehicles with, and they usually go for cheaper than plates of that size, so. And they don't have any of like the annoying way the old vehicle bases were. These ones are much better, I think, so. Happy to have those. Some just dark brown pieces for just random trees. There's a couple of branches and some smaller just slopes of different sizes. And then I think 11 of these red 2x 1x2 by 1.5 or something. Snot bricks. These are super useful and cheap. So happy to have those as well. This is just a mix of random parts. Just a blue big panel pieces, that's for filler. Some dark tan slopes and wedge plates, those are just for terrain stuff. Same with the dark green. Same with the dark orange. And I just got this little dish piece from Rebels. Not sure what I'm going to use that for, just quite a cool design. So there were a couple of tan pieces in here, just some of these L bricks, just because they were cheap and they'll help bulk out feed, and 2 of these arches which will be used on my doorway to the temple, hopefully. And last up, I've got a bunch of these sand green slopes. They will be used on my roof, hopefully, along with my big stack of bricks. I'm not sure if this is actually enough. It seems like quite a small amount in hindsight. So I'm not sure. I might just end up using just these for the towers, just because I know they'll be smaller. And then I'll just use the bricks for the main temple. But we'll see for that. That's that one. And this haul's almost taking up an entire episode's worth of time. So we need to quickly move on to this last one. Tan. First up, we've got this big old bag. I've got a ton of these tan corner panels. I wanted to see if I can use these for the towers, but they do look a little bit like undetailed and a little bit basic, but I'll have to see. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've got about 8 of them just to play around with. And I also got a good few of these large arches because it's theed. I need arches for theed. Theed's arch heavy, pretty much. I've then got a ton of these support bricks in both 1x2 and 1x1. Those will be so useful for just those towers giving height to them, because the towers have got to be tall. And then last up, just some more random pieces. That is a big old stack of 1x6 plates. I think there's about 20 of them in there. And there's another panel, which will be used on feeds somewhere. Probably just block off like the side of a wall. And then just some of these smaller detail pieces, some of these slopes, and some snot bricks, which I'll use to attach leaves to the main buildings. So yeah, it's all kind of just piled up on top of itself, but this is my haul for this week's building feed. Speaking of building feed, let's build feed. Before so, I just wanted to show that I put on 2 small walls on either side, just so I can build the stairs up flat against them and I don't have to worry about putting another plate on this side and putting tiles on top of that plate, because then it wouldn't leave enough room for them to fit snugly together. But now they will, just by doing this technique. So I think we're going to set up a time lapse, because it's been a good while since I've done one of those, while I build these stairs. So let's enjoy that. Okay, so after a bit of work, I've put together the first side of the staircase. I'm going for the same style that I went with these little platforms on the bottom of the platforms, but just on a bigger scale. As you can see, I'm building up here, and I'm liking the like of it. Nope, I'm liking the look of it. So yeah, that's one half. Let's move straight to the second. Okay, so unfortunately the time-lapse file kind of just corrupted when I was building, so I didn't actually get it. But anyway, you got the time-lapse for the first one, so just imagine that happened again for the second one, because it was basically the same thing. And now we have 2 sets of stairs that are supposed to combine for 1 set of stairs once I connect these bottoms together. And I quite like the look. Just going, it's a little bit messy, like the way I wanted it to be, so I'm quite happy with it, because this isn't going to be a perfect, pristine way. This is the same way I've got this, like, it's not all just regular tan, it's got some different colours mixed in the same way the floor is not perfect either, so it's that same way. Next I want to work behind here in this black space that I've been talking about for a couple of weeks, to make probably the most iconic room within Theed. The one where Qui-Gon dies. I don't know if the room has a specific name. I'm just going to call it the pit from now on, probably. And I've got some pretty interesting ways I'm going to put it together. So let's have a look. Okay, so after a good bit of working, I've now come up with this design. Basically, I ordered a ton of these stickers off of Bricklink ages ago from the actual Jewel and Niboo set. And I had so many, I thought just for random like wall designs on, I think it was initially clone bases I bought these for, because you know I build a lot of clone bases, but I thought they're from Niboo, so why not use them in Niboo in the room they're designed for. I never actually ever thought I was going to make this room, but now it looks like I'm doing just that. I'm not going to be able to create the full room because of just the way this is situated, so it's just going to be cut off half of it. I've got all my figures here ready to go, just the 3 I need. I have this guy standing behind there. You can hardly see him, but he's there. And then there's this guy over here, and then this guy up here. But, you know, obviously I'm gonna have to raise this slightly to put in the hole or the pit that good old Maul falls into. I haven't entirely decided on how I'm going to do the floor. I'm either going to use these pieces or this design type thing where I like arch this round and create a hole that way, or if I just go with these round pieces. They each have their own merits. I think I'm actually more likely to go with this one, although I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the floor in these rooms, because it might be quite tricky, especially to get that round bit looking good. But we'll pass that bridge when we come to it. In terms of this, I already told you, basically behind this is just a bunch of panels. It's quite a simple design for me. I know I prefer to do detail stuff, but because of the way this room's built, it was quite hard to get in loads of repetitive details. When I had these, I thought, let's just put them in. So this is probably gonna stand about here, and then the pit's gonna be below it, and then basically this circular shape around it is how I'm going to make my temple so that this will be like the structured base, and then like I'm gonna have like plates that go out and then build up around it, so that round shape is held in the temple itself. So this is going to be the actual central structure for it. So that will be worked on when I get to the main temple. For now, I want to work on the base of this to get it ready for that and the temple to go on top of it. So let's work on this now. Okay, so it's been a good few hours since I last filmed any form of update for Theed. As you can see, I've got a lot of filler done on the inside of here, so now this is all really solid. I've also finished up the filler on those two, like, outline bits there. I've tidied up the top of this quite a lot, although I still need the plates to finish this. I kind of want to do a similar thing to tidy up this side as well, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. As for this side, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking, generally. I've just lost a piece and I can't remember where it is. No, I'll just pull another one out. That should just go there. So as you can see, what this room definitely is now, this is the room where good old Obi-Wan dies, and the section I'm taking from it is the direct section where Qui-Gon gets stabbed and Obi-Wan goes, "No!" And he's got his unhappy face on, and then Darth Maul, I've given him the come on, you can focus. There you go. The newer is it the 2020 face? This film figure might have came out in 2020 from the solo version of Crimson Dawn version, because I like that face better. So he's got that on, and I've just tiled up this. This hole was very hard to get in relation to the outsiding bit, but it's generally turned out okay with just some black tile on the bottom to represent a bottomless pit, although it isn't that bottomless. And then this isn't very well rounded, but this is the best I could get. And I need to find a better, because this piece has got a bit of discoloration, so I need to get a better piece of those. And I've just tiled all this with dark bluish grey tiles. So when I add this on, it should clip in two places. I think Obi-Wan's blocking it, so I'm just going to move these two pillars back a couple of blocks and lift this up. Attach it there and there, and it fits nice and snugly. And when this decides to focus, you can see I've generally recreated the room quite well, I think. I do get it's a little bit cheaty to use these stickers, but I really like the look and how it's turned out in general. Because it does give the same feel of the room, even though it is really micro-scaled in version. And you can just barely see Obi-Wan through there. So, yeah. Probably would seem better if I got rid of the two pillars behind him. There he is. But this will all have stuff in front of it anyway. So yeah, that's the picked room. It's definitely got an official name. I'm not sure what it is as of now, and I need to work on the top of it a bit better. But when I was building this, I actually realized a really good idea was that by making this modular, I turned it around and realized I could base my main temple around this exact shape. So I've got that like curve to it, like that room has. So I think it's got a really good look. Sorry, that's a notification going off about eBay. Just been outbid. That sucks. Oh well. Sorry about this random sticker here. That will be just hidden up so no one will see it. So yeah, as you can see here, I've got these bricks will also be replaced. But this tan outline means that when I build out like actual proper walls, this will have the same shape, but bigger on the outside. So on the front of Theed, it will look like the main temple building. When you turn it around, it's actually this. It's actually this. So I think that'll look really cool when it's done. So you can already start to see the shaping I've got going on for that. But it'll be a little bit before I get towards that. So yeah, and with that, I believe that is this week's building feed. Just another room ticked off the list that I wanted. Those are going to be my 3 primary rooms in the back. I might have some little things going on in the towers, but I'm not sure yet. Probably not. Well, nothing as substantial as either of these 3. So thank you very much for watching this week's of Building Feed. Comment if you liked it, or if you think I can improve anything. There's plenty of improvements to be made. I mean, about those corners, and I want to get those done by next week as well. And that's what next week will consist of, just really like smoothing out the rest of this, and maybe working on the foundations of the next layer of the buildings going on top, as they should be modular, hopefully, to let light into these rooms here and here. But until then, like the video if you want to see more Building Feed, even though it's going to come whether you like it or not. But if you want to watch it, subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Thanks so much for watching, and bye.